Hey, peace. About to hit y'all with all type of knowledge today. An unlimited amount of knowledge. Yeah. Do it again. So first of all, a lot of people's ancestors did not get this information or information at all. And you can tell the way that these people act nowadays that the ancestors didn't get the information and they didn't get it. Y'all just believe whatever y'all was taught in school or whatever y'all heard. Oh, this, that. All Africans was brought here 400 years ago by boats. There were Africans that came here. I looked at my DNA though, as far as what I can honestly say, I might have had 2 ancestors come here from a boat that I can think of. Maybe 3. But I am literally a Creek, Muskogee, Aboriginal, autonomous, I don't even know how to say this shit, indigenous American. People are older than this planet. Peace. So, we're older than this planet. Coming from the Sirius star system. If you know about Gnosticism, Sophia would be the mother of the demiurge being the craftsman or the craftsman or fashioner of the physical world. Let me get my words right. I just want to talk about a couple things. Cute. Alright. So, Amma in the Dogon religion. In Dogon, there's a god called Dagon, the fish, the Nomos. You spell that backwards, summon, like summon the Kraken. Then there's another deity I posted. Peace to the God. Sitting here talking about the Nomos and how we come from Sirius. There actually was a primal earth inside of Sirius. Spiritually, the primal earth, peace, being called Tiamat or Ta'aret. Tawaret, who was Alpha Draconis, the triple blackness of space, and the mother of the solar system. Triple blackness of space also being Ain Sophie Earth. So, matter of fact, before you're even you God, that's what I'm saying. This is the void. In the beginning, the earth was void. It's the limitless all. Ain Soph. Ain Sophie is the infinite light. These are the 3 trimesters of pregnancy. Peace to the God. So I'm just saying, these are the 3 trimesters of pregnancy. And then you're born. So you come out of this darkness. The Orisha, not the Orisha, in Ifa is called doo-doo. And it sounds funny, but it's called doo-doo. Meaning the darkness, or Aj. Peace. That's a long ass name. I thought that was my other page popping up real quick. So I just want to say, some of the stuff I always talk about, the Kemenu, or the Ogdoad of Hermopolis and Kemet. It depicts the males as frogs and the females as snakes, and this represents genetics and reproduction. Also, the 8 divided cells of mitosis. You have all these cells in your body, but the ones that never change are your 8 cells of mitosis. And I learned this from Prince, Dr. Alim El Bey book. This is just a chart of the Kabbalah. The Hebrew alphabet on the back, matter of fact. Let me breathe. Oh yeah, y'all, man, I'm about to activate my light body. When my light body's activated, there's a dude named Dravala Melchizedek, and he talks about all this stuff. So Ain is the eye. I just showed the Ain, the mind's eye. And shit, that Noon, the primordial waters, they got this shit straight from Kemet. Aleph, this is some symbol Bobby Hemmett said. Peace to the goddess. And this even, Samek is like Sekim, which means power, and it's the Kundalini energy and the prana and the life force and the mother force that gave birth, the principle that gives birth to this whole physical universe. These are planets. Right, left hand path, right hand path, middle pillar, Boaz, Jason. So Isis, Aset is, yeah, I'm about to get into it. Aset, peace. I wish I could wave. Did I wave? Aset is associated with the star Sirius. Sirius, thank you. Sirius A and Sirius B go like this. And so after every 60 years, they flip and exchange energies. Now, our DNA is in the elliptical orbit also. Our sun came from Sirius B when it imploded and became a white dwarf star. So there were multiple Big Bangs. Big Bang is a cosmic orgasm. And in the beginning, the Bible says in the beginning, there was the Word. Peace. Peace to the goddess. So the word is Om or Amen. I'm about to talk about Amen, which is where they got Zeus from, the Greeks. So when I said these guys are called the Ogdoad, Ogdoad, or Ogdo, or Kemenu, and they represent genetics and reproduction, and the 8 divided cells of mitosis, who could also be the Ennead, who I'll talk about. Amen, Amun, or Eman, and Amenet represented the hidden or unseen, invisible and seen forces of nature. Nun and Nunet are the primordial waters of chaos, anthropomorphized or personified, or either or. Anthropomorphic is given human form. Excuse me. Nun is literally shown as water, and if you see it, it looks like waves, but it looks more like, a frequency. So it's all about frequency. Frequency means how frequent something happens. If I take 4 breaths a minute, I would be on 4 hertz, basically. Frequency. So Noon and Noonet can represent unformed and formed energy matter. Kek and Keket is darkness and light. So these are all gods before creation. And then He and Hehet is boundlessness and boundaries. So the infinite and the finite. And this is also where the word Ankh comes from. Wow. This is coming from my book. I'm calling it Ramesuism right now. So then you have the gods of Heliopolis, known as the Ennead or the Pesaget, or the group of nine. And this represented the structure of matter in the physical world. So these forces of nature were called the Neteru, and they will be gods of creation, all emanating from the one God called Neter. And then even before Neter, there was Pa-Uti, who is the primordial one, and saying that we are all primal energy in physical form now. So that's what I was just talking about. All right, so in Greek mythology, in the beginning there was chaos, Tartarus, and Gaia. So Tartarus can be the subconscious mind, chaos is nothingness, dark matter, dark energy. Dark matter makes everything up, dark energy holds it together. I'm thinking the primal earth called Tiamat, meaning the mother of life by the Mesopotamians, or Tawarit, or in the Typhonian tradition, Typhon, which represents Alpha Draconis, who I just said was the mother of the solar system. All right, so Ptah, he's not a part of peace. Ptah is not a part of the Ennead, but he represents turbulence and even subatomic particles. So Ptah particle. So it's the anthropomorphic, the building blocks of life, when everything's smaller than atoms. There's also a goddess named Neith who created matter. They call it Anansi, in some African tradition. They call it Dada in the Dogon. And Neith is Athena, who's also Sophia. Bam. Let's get back to it. All right, so there's always been one god in Kemet. So when Akhenaten, Amenhotep IV, King Tut's, they say it's his father. I've read where it's not. He had people worshiping what they would say the sun, the solar disk. He was not having people worship. Well, they'll say he was having people worship the sun, but he was having people worship the sun behind the sun, which is Sirius. So Aton is where Adonai comes from. Adonis is Osiris. I think they might call it Uranus in the Etruscan. Peace to the God, peace. So I'm just about to, just show a couple pictures from this book too. Tutankhamun, Aminism, Atenism, and Egyptian Monotheism by E.A. Wallace Budge. So, like I was saying, Sirius is the mother of the sun. Sirius B imploded and created that interstellar cloud that created the sun, that created our solar system. So Horus, or Ra being the sun, Sirius being Isis, and the sun could be Heru, Horus, Sirius being Aset, the mother goddess, which also is the Kundalini energy, just the force behind creation. So even the Kundalini energy rising, Kundalini Shakti, Aset rising to the pineal gland, Kundalini Shiva, and creating the Christ consciousness. They call it the cave of Brahma, also, that the Kundalini travels through, or Aset. Okay, so Atum, well, matter of fact, here it is too. Sekhmet was the consort of Ptah, Kundalini, Prana. Prana's in everything. Their son is Atum, which is atoms, anthropomorphized. His counterparts, Atumet and Isaset. He had a child. Their children were twins. Shu, who was gas, air, and wind. So gas, all the gases, or just that state of matter. Tefnut was liquid, water, and rain. Geb was the earth, and Nut was the sky, who are the children of Shu and Tefnut. So those are states of matter: gas, liquid, solid, plasma. You got the sun, Ra or Osiris, who's the same. Vegetation. Nut was the sky goddess. Um, she represents space, area. Zeus, his mother's name was Rhea. Area. I learned that from Santos Bonacci. Set typing can also be fire or electricity. Deserts, storms. Isis can be the moon. Nephthys can be the stars. So yeah, 4 states of matter in the creation of the physical world. I'm just trying to get a little practice in right now. So I learned from Alim that the aura or Ra or Heru Ra becomes. Oh man, thank you. This. I feel like this is like just like the beginning, but I guess some of that Sirius stuff is real. So Sirius is also the Amma's placenta. Amma is where you get Amen, or Sophia. Man, yeah, I definitely appreciate you too. Sophia is the mother of the demiurge. The son is called Ogdoad's placenta. So it's a book called The Pale Fox. Ogdoad. It's Ogdoad's world. Let's see. And I started off saying that we came from a different star system. We're older than the planet. Pangea, meaning all Earth. We were here over 2.8 billion years ago. That's documented. We were smelting metal in Dorchester, Massachusetts. Not only that, we had double-stitched leather shoes. I learned all this from Alim. And, we were here before continental drift 250 to 200 million years ago. They just want to tell us we're 200,000 years old. Egyptians were at least 100,000 years old. The reason there are pantheism means all gods. You believe in all gods. The air, the water. The reason it's multiple gods is because there are many aspects of nature. Or I'm saying God because it's what we have been taught to call it for so long, but nature or Olodumare in Yoruba. Khalid Muhammad said, the whole earth is ours, not just Africa, one spot. Let me see. So anyways, aura becomes Allah. And the chakras are called the Aritu, and your soul is called your Ori. The Asuras in Hindu, there's a deity called Ashur, who's the sun god. Usir is Osiris. The Asuras is Hindu. Chakras, Shinkara or Sakara. There's a place in Kemet called Saqqara, so that's funny. You get these 12, the number 12 all the time. It's 5 black keys on the piano and 7 white keys. 12. So I want to say Adonis, Adon, Atan, Awas, the Neteru, the Orisha are all the same. Well, the Orisha are actually aliens. And I would not disrespect the Orisha, no matter what anybody tells you. Just like, you wouldn't want to be disrespected. Like Eshu, you gotta come to Eshu like, I'm a student, I'm willing to learn, because he makes angels and demons, bow to him. People talk about the devil. There's no devil. It's you having to deal with your own thoughts or thoughts of negativity. Sobek is Neptune, the crocodile god. I'm just reading my notes. Seb, which means star, which is where Joseph from the Bible comes from. Also Djoser or Imhotep. But Seb and the earth god Geb, which is where Gabriel comes from. So Joseph is Jesus' earthly father, but it's Geb. Kronos is Saturn. Yahweh, Zeus is Jupiter. Deus, Peter, is a sky father in Hindu, coming from Ptah. Kemet, peace. Kemet, peace to the goddess. I'm trying to wave, it won't let me. Greece, Rome, all that stuff comes from Kemet. We know the Kemetic people ruled, well, let's say if we started with 3200 BC with Narmer, the unifier of the two lands. Well, he came from Tasseti, which is Nubia or Ethiopia. I mean Sudan, but it was also called Ethiopia. Excuse me. So from 3200 BC, which is 5,000 years ago, up until, there were Persians. They actually say Alexander the Greek was a Persian, or Ptolemy was a Persian, but so let's just say 30 BC. Or is it 300 BC? Maybe 300 BC. But so you had the Greeks came into Kemet. Ptolemy ruled in Alexander's place because he had better things to do. Oh, what are you confused about? I know I'm talking about a lot of stuff, but I'm talking, I basically talking about Egypt now. How we were in Kemet. And just how Europeans started ruling and stuff today. So after Alexander came in, he left Ptolemy in charge, which is Ptolmy, Ptolemy. Soter, Soter. Soteriology is the doctrine of salvation. They made that up. So I'm just saying this to say, everybody knows Cleopatra. She's Cleopatra the 8th, I think. She has a son with Julius Caesar named Caesarion or Little Caesar or Ptolemy the 15th. Augustus Caesar, I'm thinking that's his name, or Tiberius, was the son of Julius Caesar, the adopted son. This was Rome coming in to take over Egypt from Cleopatra and Mark Antony. They had children. Helios, Alexander Helios, which is a son. She had a daughter named Selene. They were twins. Really, Jesus could come from the story. I mean, yes, of Horus and all these other solar deities, but Caesarion, Ptolemy the 15th, Little Caesar, Cleopatra's son, was called the King of Kings because his father, Julius Caesar, was promoted to a god by the Senate. And he, went to India through the route of Ethiopia. Is where the papacy comes from. I know this stuff is just it's like, what is he talking about, probably? But sometimes it be like that. The Council of Nicaea, 325 AD, this is when they came up with that Jesus was the begotten of the Father and all this stuff, because when Ptolemy came into Kemet, he wanted to be worshipped as a deity because the Pharaoh, or Nesut, was a god on earth, and they weren't going for that because he was European, supposedly Persian, but he started killing the Egyptians until they made a deity called Serapis. Alright, peace. Good shit. I know you get it, my nigga. Serapis was Osiris, Usir, and the Apis bull, which is called Hapi Ankh. So they made him, if you look up Serapis, you will see a nigga who looked like Zeus. Look up Hellenistic Egypt. Matter of fact, look up who are the worshippers of Serapis. Well, honestly, the Bible most likely is to keep people from looking into their own history. I fool with some of the Bible, but as far as, if you're saying Egypt, that means bondage. They don't even have to be talking about the place Egypt. Matter of fact, I made a post in Galatians where it's coming out telling you that Abraham's wife Sarah and his handmaiden Hagar are not real people. They're an allegory. So there's no Isaac, Jacob, Joseph. There's no 12 tribes. If this might be new information, then just try to be open-minded. But and as far as see, that's what I'm saying. But God didn't write the Bible, so there's all these different people who could have wrote this. So by the time you get to Isaiah, that's not even, that's not even, I don't know if that's the Old Testament or not, so let me not say this, but Moses supposedly wrote the first 5 books of the Bible. Like, I just turned 28. I was into Christianity from my whole life until being like 21. So yeah, we can say it's God's word, but the whole message is that the kingdom of heaven is within you. Jesus says this: you will do greater things than me. Alright, well, Moses actually learned everything in Egypt. Why would God have Jesus hide in Egypt, if it's such a bad place? And honestly, the story of Jesus comes from a Hindu story of Krishna. And he had an uncle who went and did whatever they say Herod went and did this stuff. And really, idolatry is worshiping or having any god outside of yourself. Because God, or Allah, is arm, leg, arm, head. So people are missing this information. See? Look at all this shit I got. Like, this ain't idolatry. That's what they gonna tell you it is. And see, even got the angel. This is my mama's. But that's mine. Virgin Mary. Even got the nativity scene. Because all this stuff comes from astrotheology. Okay, so this is the mind of God. Hard to believe. Why? Because the ibis, he who's like the ibis, Jehuti, which is where Judah even comes from, or Jew. Hold on. And I can play the piano. Y'all ain't even hip. Let me get No, it's ignorant. It's ignorant if you think that you aren't God. If you're ignorant to your divinity. So, and I'm not even black. I'm a Muskogee Creek. So, we don't respect. Yeah, a lot of people, want to be like Satan because they're not dealing with their own thoughts of negativity. Like, if you talking about like the Bible, like everything in it is just true because it's written down. I got a book right here. Everything in this book, does that mean it's not true? Like, because somebody wrote this stuff down. She's like, please help her out. Because this is good for me because I usually don't have to. That's why you might have been confused when I started off this lecture. Because you might just be stuck into the Christianity. And I'm about to show you. Peace to the goddess right here. Right here. In this book. And there's always just been one God. Moses learned everything in Kemet. So for you to talk about the Bible. Look, what's this say? What's that say right there? He was the mind of God. The primeval God. The primordial God. So instead of thinking this, well, this might not be the life for you, and you can stay stagnant if you want. But shit, we gods around here. Shit, I'm gonna take that somewhere else, baby. Cause we don't need people like that. That's not you on this live, not willing to learn. God is a German word coming from the word Gott, G-O-T, gut, meaning to invoke. Are you speaking of, right, the Christian God, the Jewish God, or Muslim? Right. Alright, bye. You can unfollow my page too. Or I can just block you. Because you don't want to learn shit. Like, that's what it is. People be focusing on their physical appearance and shit. But you're not focusing on your soul. You're talking about the Bible like, okay, later. So I done dropped hella knowledge on this live. Allah is a translation for God. Nature is God. Look up the definition of nature. Is she still on here? No, right. Yeah, get the fuck off. Shit. Peace. She's talking about black supremacy. I'm like, I'm a Muskogee Creek, Aboriginal, indigenous. Yeah, that's what I started this. Matter of fact, I ain't even gonna block her. She said, I'm not staying here to be deceived, bro. Then she said, bro, God bless. Peace. Peace. May Virgin Mary fucking help you. So, now we got her out of here. Hey, thank you, bruh. Shit, I know I need Jesus. It's like, but see, in Jesus' shoe, the air you breathe. Alright, now I can get that. I was sitting there letting her ass have it. I ain't want to start flaming her ass. Because that's not what we like to do. We just say peace to the gods, peace to the goddess. If you want to be ignorant, let your ass stay ignorant. Motherfucker. I'm tired of the dumb shit. I talk about the same shit every live. Literally, reading the same book. Amen, Aminism, Atonism, and Egyptian monotheism. Like, okay, but you talk about Greek mythology, she could be right on board. Like, oh, I love the Greeks. Black Athena, bitch. This is Heket. It says she's a member of the Ogdoad. This is where the goddess, right, thank you so much for understanding. This is where the goddess Heket comes from. I mean, Hecate, the triple goddess. This is Heket. And I just about to flame her ass. I was trying to sit there and teach her too. Like, oh, no, see, there's different aspects of God. The same way you can be happy, then you can be sad, and you can be mad. How you think God is? Just one way? It's nature, baby. We destructive. You ever seen a volcano erupt? Or something like that? A tornado? Hurricane? Typhoon? Monsoon? Let me breathe. Alright, so this is what we were talking about. She wasn't ready. This is what I was talking about. I'm writing a book. Like, you think I got time for people like that? Peace to the God. Patah RBG. These are just some terrible looking notes. This is part of my book I'm writing, y'all. Man, Black Power. This is three pages of fire. Now, what I just said was on this page. Amen and Amenet. Here we go. This book is Ta'ank Amen, Amenism, Atenism, and Egyptian monotheism. It's always been one God. You got Amen. They call him Amun Ra or Eman. Matter of fact, this is how you would say it. Eman is where demon comes from. Damien, which means a genius or a deity. Let me breathe. So this would be a daemon would be an intermediary. People will use daemons are gods. Daemons were translated into demons. Thank you. Yeah, I'm working on it, man. Really working on it. So this would represent the hidden forces of nature. So, like, say, the hidden force be behind conception. You can't never see nobody get pregnant, but it happens. You can't even see it on the inside of your body. So he's the king of the gods. Peace, brother. Amenet, the seen forces of nature. Yes, sir. She's the lady of Karnak. Ipidasut. Amenet. So, matter of fact, this right here lets you know it's all about balance. They took the woman out of the Holy Trinity. That's right. My book falling apart. You got Herakte, Horus of the two horizons. This represents the sun, the midday sun. You know what I'm saying? Is that demonic? Is that? I'm about to have to, because my nigga done asked me this a few times. Almonism, Atenism, and Egyptian monotheism. I'm about to pin this for you, for everybody. See, the thing is, I got the cover, but I took it off. Peace. All right, Atum. This represents, it says Temu. So this is Atem, Adam. Adam meant clay, or Adamah meant earth. There's a book in the Bible called Timothy. This is him, too. I feel like Tim. Carbon 666, six electrons, protons, and neutrons. Peace. Adam was made on the sixth day. This is why, the Moors, and Moors is me, anybody with dark or brown skin, not just a certain group of people, but they say, Islam, happy holy day on Friday, because the sixth is the sixth element, the carbon. Matter of fact, I would have showed that girl this. You're supposed to wake up and worship yourself. Matter of fact, I worship, I pray to my soul when I wake up, my Ori. This is Amenhotep III, Grandmaster, worshiping himself as a god. These are the gods and goddesses of Elephantine. Khnum. This is, you see the potter, the clay pot. Khnum represents your birth, your conception, your birth, your life, your death, rebirth, everything. This is your life experience, you are Khnum. He fashions the world every day. Anuket. Matter of fact, this is Cepheus, the star constellation, and Andromeda's father in the Clash of the Titans. This is Anuket. Okay, Anuket represents the mother. Or matter of fact, yeah, Cassiopeia, the star constellation, and the queen in Clash of the Titans. Matter of fact, Anuket represents Hestia in Greek mythology. Sechet is Demeter. It says the daughter of Khnum. Right, she just need to do some research. But what it is subconscious. or her brain just probably shut down after you be so long, after so long of indoctrination, they don't know what to do. So Sechet is representing Isis too, Aset, or the star Sirius. So this represents the Nile River, the flooding or the inundation. And this is the flowing, her name means like to shoot. So it's like the rushing water. And fertility deity. Yeah, some people ain't meant to wake up. But she need to wake up from her fucking dream. Heru is the house of Horus, the mansion. Milky Way. The goddess of love. And she represents these vibrations too when you play the sistrum. Mut means mother. She's the consort of Amen. This is the mother principle. Mut Neteru is mother nature. Kensu, the moon. The movement of the moon. The moon is also called Ea. Anpu, Anubis. And this is the son of, matter of fact, Khonsu is the son of Mut and Amen. They worshipped at Karnak. Or Thebes, I should say. My bad. Anpu, Anubis, son of, it says Set, but it's Osiris and Nephthys. Sobek, this is where Poseidon comes from. Sebek, who's also Makara in Hindu. Neith is where Athena comes from, or Sophia. See that? That's a quantum string. Quantum string. She's the goddess of wisdom, weaving. Nah, man, shit, you know how we talk. I definitely appreciate you saying this is enlightening. And that's the thing, too. A lot of people are conscious, but not enlightened. Motherfuckers be waiting to judge the next person about certain shit. I'm like I seen people posting Dave Chappelle, like, is his wife Asian? Like, this nigga never said he was no fucking pro-black dude. And, I mean, if his wife's Asian, that shit ain't got nothing to do with you. So just continue to live your fucking life. People don't worry about their own thoughts and negativity. Horus the elder. Horus the child. Harpocrates, the son of Isis, Aset. Now this is Horus, the avenger of his father. Her, Nech, Tef, F. And this is Muntu, Herakte. Muntu is the war god. This is Mars. Hermonthis. Hermonthis is a place in Kemet. It's my nigga, Aries. That's where Aries comes from. Matter of fact, this is Apollo. Athena. Sobek. Thanatos is representing death. Petrification. There's them motherfuckers right there on the potter's wheel. Sorry. Amen represents Zeus. Amenet is, his counterpart. So, Varuna. This is, matter of fact, what I was just talking about. Varuna, his terrific, which is terrible, aspect is Makara, which represents that Sobek. Okay, this is Hera. Yeah, exactly. There's no such thing as Greek philosophy. They all stole it from the Kemetic priest. She would represent Hera. That's where they got this shit from. Makara is, the crocodile. Peace to the goddess. This is Amenhotep III. The god men. This represents your reproduction, your reproductive system. Virility. He's the bull of his mother. Amun men ka mut. Mutef. Mut is the mother. His mother. This is the god Geb, where Kronos comes from. In the tarot, the world card is a card called the World, and it's represented by Saturn. Why is that? Because Geb right here is Saturn. He's Kronos. Geb, go back to Seb, Joseph from the Bible. Gabriel. Seb is Gab or Cab. He's Jesus' earthly father, Horus' earthly father. Nut, the sky goddess. You know, she has a pot on her head to represent the uterus. Yeah, that's right. That's right. And just to show that shit again, just cause you just said the mother. This is the mother. Mut. M-U-T, Mut. Mother is where that comes from. Ptah, you know. It's for rest in peace. My cousin, we call him Ptah, my nigga Ptah. The craftsman, subatomic particles. Ptah particles. Sekhmet, the prana, the kundalini energy, the life-giving force, what gave birth to the physical world. Sirius A, Sirius B, Sirius C, shit. Sirius B imploded and made our sun. So now these deities represent, like I said, Kronos and Rhea. Rhea is Area, Zeus's mother. Saturn was time. Also, Nut, the primordial waters of Nu, is Uranus, which meant sky. Anu, Geb is K, the G-E can be K-I for key. Anunnaki, Gaia. I'm only doing this to further prove what I wrote in my book. Shu, the air god. Usually, you won't see. Now, first you won't see Shu in between his children, the sky and the earth. That's Yahweh. And then you get Yahoo Shu Wa. And then you'll see him in between the heaven and earth. So if that doesn't make sense yet, one day it will. Learned that from Aline. Tefnut. So this represents Shu and Tefnut are the divine twins. This is Gemini. The state of matter, gas, any gases, any air that you breathe, air, the wind, liquid, water, rain, Shu and Tefnut. You got Set Heru Set. Satan, get behind me. This is the medulla oblongata, the mouth of God, the back of the skull, the most concentrated part of melanin. Satan, get behind me. That's what they talking about. This is Nebet Het, Nephthys, the lady of the house, the temple. Female counterpart of Set. Nephthys is Nyx, Greek mythology. You know, these can represent one of the air deities, and Tefnut can be the goddess of the dawn, Thea, or the light. Osiris. This represents your soul being asleep in the pineal gland. And the pituitary gland is important too. Excuse me. I said, so this is the Kundalini Shakti and the Kundalini Shiva. And your soul is basically dead or asleep until, you raise that Kundalini energy up. Kintiamenti, Osiris Kintiamenti, foremost of the Westerners. Subconscious mind. They show him as the Twa. The Twa are the oldest people in the world. Alright. So people always think that somebody was worshiping the sun, but we know how to use our solar energy. Thoth and Ma'at could represent karma. Thoth is the mind of God. Whenever God was thinking about bringing all this stuff into existence. Oh, girl got on my live. Was like, I'm confused. Like, yeah, you believe in Jesus, bitch. You is confused. Excuse my language. I don't mean to talk about my people like that. I know I'm still a nigga. Shit. Matter of fact, don't let my crown fool you. Geb is Ki, K-I, in Anunnaki. Anunnaki means the serpent on high. Where we had our pineal, our Kundalini energy residing at our third eye. And instead of, honestly, look up how to Ankh. How to Ankh, A-N-K-H. You can recycle your sexual energy and keep it. But when the moon is in your sun sign, these are 4 sons of Horus. They talk about the 4 whatever in the Bible. Imset, Hapi, Duamutef, Kebsenuef. Now, I had posted something that I got from Alim El Bey talking about the Sirians. I couldn't find it on the internet, though. But the Sirians, seeded life on this planet. And it said that they weren't technically the Anunnaki. But when I said Ki, the Ki is interchangeable with the Ge. Ge means earth. Gaia, Pangea, geometry. Well, I guess geometry. Geology, geography. This is just a little lecture, man. I hope this is good. Like, we trying to get to it, the nitty gritty. Get to it. For example, like I said, I can just show y'all. This is somebody take my information, they can have it. Amen is Zeus, Mut is Hera, Osiris, Hades, Isis, Persephone, Horus, Apollo, Muntu, Ares, Thoth, Hermes, Hathor, Cyrene. So y'all might not even know who that is. Bastet, Artemis, Neith, Athena, Anubis, Dionysus. And I say that because Amen, Hades, or Zeus, Hades, and Dionysus are all the same. And so is Sobek, or Poseidon. They're all the same deities. All these deities are the same. It's usually one male and one female. So you can say they're all Amen and Mut, or Zeus and Hera. And also, the chthonic means inside of you. Dionysus is a chthonic deity also because vegetation stops growing in the wintertime. Tawaret, Taret, Elithia, or Elithia, Renpet, the goddess of the year or youth, Thebe, Sechet, Demeter, Anuket, Hestia. You can look this stuff up too. It's something called Latin equivalents or something like that, and it'll show most of these being the same. Set is Typhon, Sobek, Poseidon, Hatmahet, Amphitrite. So Hatmahet, her husband is Ba-Nebjadet, which is where Baphomet comes from. Ptah is Hephaestus, Nephthys, Nyx. Kronos is Geb, Nut, Rhea, Nun, Chaos, Harry Sheph, Hercules, the son of Amen, Anit, Eris, Min, Pan. Herodotus said all the gods of Greece come from Egypt. Kemet. Man, my nigga's still on here. Yeah, I appreciate everybody for watching this. I'm really trying to get all my stuff together. Y'all already know most of this stuff. I'm just, bringing more light to it. I'm trying to bring the metaphysics out on this stuff. Metaphysics being meta. I learned this from Aline. It means beyond in physics, the study of matter. So it's beyond. They like to call it quantum. Baphomet is usually that goat that you see in the thank you. Is that the goat that you see. Well, in Kemet they call it Ba-Nebjadet, the goat of Mendez. Because they saw Khnum too. Khnum was a ram, and they thought it was a goat. Ba-Nebjadet is really a symbol of the completed man, the Moors. He has a beard. It's all symbolism. The beard represents wisdom. He has fire in one hand or something like that. He might even actually have breast to show the feminine aspects. So, and that's the thing, people are missing the allegory of these stories. Like I said, Abraham's wife, Sarah, Sarah, cerebrum, cerebellum, is Brahma, Saraswati, in the Hindu, Saraswati. I don't know why I'm laughing, but the word more actually means swart. There's a word like that. Oh, I will, definitely will. Thank you. I will let y'all know when this book come out. So Abraham, his wife and handmaiden Hagar, which is Hathor, or Ruth, if you spell it backwards without the vowels, they're allegorical for the covenants with supposedly God. Y'all see how brainwashed that girl was? She was like, "Oh, that's not in. The Bible is the word of God." I'm like, "Oh, well, how about you? How about you go to the Bible and show me where it says the kingdom of heaven is within you?" I almost just said stupid, but that's rude. I was on here like, we don't need you. Who needs people like you? Not willing to learn more. Look up the word Morris, Morris, and look up Mori, Mori. More means swarthy. That's what I was just saying. It means black. It means dark skin or brown. And Mur is a name given to the original people of this planet, the Lemuria. Matter of fact, Mir is a word in Kemetic, and it means the guardian, Meru. Matter of fact, Mount Meru, Lemuria, lemurs. What I got on here just to tell people, we're older than this planet. People can look up the Iraq battery. We already know the Egyptians had some kind of electricity. It was something that could be more powerful than that. They actually have a spaceship in this temple in Dendera, Egypt, the Temple of Hathor, called Ennead. Is a spaceship in a different dimension, the fourth, fifth, or sixth dimension. Where we're at right now, there's other dimensional beings. You just can't see them. You're not the only person right now in the room that you're in. And how to access higher levels of consciousness and awareness is focusing on your breathing. You're not supposed to breathe 18 times a minute or through your chest. You're supposed to breathe like this. I'm going to exhale first. Your stomach gets smaller when you inhale. And there's certain things you can do. The alternate nostril technique, where you blow out the left side. I do that to start. It just makes you feel good. And that activates your 12 cranial nerves. You'll be more focused and all kinds of stuff. You should try to breathe 9 or 6 times a minute. And then you try to get it lower than that. Just try to become a conscious breather. There's an app, Pranayama. Breathing yoga pranayama. Prana is not the air, but it's everything that's in it. It's like the almond, the hidden. So I've been doing these light body meditations. I mean, you see that? That's what the Merkaba is. That green 6-pointed star. And people, have witnessed people turn into their light bodies. Just fly off over the hill. You see somebody turn into a ball of light, or some light, and then fly over a hill and then into a wormhole. Enoch in the Bible flew up with God. Elijah. All this stuff is about how much energy and time you want to put into becoming your light body, your celestial body, your golden body. The golden body is the highest. And it's not really even actually a body. It's a dude named Dravala Melchizedek. They said, look up his works, anything he's put out. The light body meditation is the 18 breath technique. There's one on on YouTube. It's an hour and a half. I think they talk about what the Merkaba is for 30 minutes. And tell you, Mer means light. It means love. But Mer, Ka is the spirit, which is your breath. Now they were saying, all right, and then the Ba is the soul, but they're calling it the Badi, the body. And that's the Ka'et. And that's the Ka'et is actually another word for the vagina. Yo. Yoni. Yeah, so, and we can do all these different things. Turn into animals. You seen Mortal Kombat. That animality. And that's why I got my dragon. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got my dragon Mushikushu. He's Babylonian. My crocodile Makara. You know what I'm saying? So, this ain't just because I like stuffed animals. I'm trying to embody the archetype. Now, this is like my daughter, though. My baby hippo. I had it for years. Oh, you smell good. Oh, you're shaking. Hey, man, I appreciate it. I feel like I ain't even really said nothing too much. Sir Cat, peace to the goddess. Okay, so I'll just talk about a couple more things real quick then while we got the shit bracking. Because that just reminded me. Peace, goddess. You just reminded me. So I'm all right, we'll talk about a couple more things. Since we got Sir Cat on here, Scorpius. This is where, Sir Cat is where this comes from. Libra, Ma'at, Virgo, Hathor, Hor and Maquette, called the Sphinx, or Sekhmet. Cancer, Kepera, Gemini, Shu, and Tefnut. Orion, Osiris, Apep, who also is the intestinal worms. Uranus, Eridanus. Taurus can be the goddess Nut or Hathor or the god Apis. Pisces, I got, Bastet. Aries, I got Ra. I made the sun Horus. Horus can be, oh boy, too. Tawaret, Ta'aret, Draco, Alpha Draconis. Cepheus, Kanum, Cassiopeia, the goddess Anuket. These are her arms. And she's throwing that water out on them motherfuckers. Excuse my language. Andromeda, the goddess Sechet. Triangulum's important too. Perseus is Horus. Sacrificial lamb. Hairy Chef, the son of Ammon, Hercules. Now we got Ophiuchus here. Like my teacher Alim El Bay says, it is the serpent bearer, so he's Imhotep, called Asclepius, but I say it's Ra Harakte, because Ra and Osiris are twin souls, and they're 180 degrees apart, and what separates them is Alpha Draconis, Ta'aret. Now, and Sagittarius is Neith, and Capricorn is Ba-Nebjadet, and Pisces is Hatmahet. his wife. And Happy is Aquarius. So let's go. Alright, fuck. Alright, Pisces is the beginning and the end. I guess right now is the feet. 1, 2. The feet. So Pisces, Aries is the head. It's not on here. Taurus is your neck. Gemini is your arms. Cancer represents your chest. Leo is your heart. That's why you see Jesus and he has the heart. In fact, there's my lion right here. The lion of the tribe of Judah. Matter of fact, all this stuff goes with that stuff in the Bible. Jesus is the lion of the tribe of Judah. Man, I don't even get all into all this shit. Virgo. Yeah, exactly. Well, it is right here on the ecliptic. But Orion actually is barely on there too. Peace to the goddess. But I think it came into play after so long. I don't think it used to be, but that spot right there. Scorpio is a big constellation. So this represents the heart. Why does my shit look like that? The fuck is that? This represents your bowels and your stomach, I'm guessing. Libra, kidneys. Scorpio, sexual organs, reproduction. Sagittarius is your thighs. Capricorn is your kneecaps. And Aquarius, the legs. Pisces, the feet. So it's easy to know that Capricorn is your kneecaps. Oh, man, that's funny. She said, Leo, you a Leo? I got some babies with some Leos. Yeah, 1 degree every 72 years, right? Yeah, see, I kind of fuck with the 13 sign astrology because, I mean, if you do 13 times 28, that's 364. So, but I say if that's the case, shit, Orion might just be the 14th. We just go ahead and throw that nigga on there too. But no, I mean, everybody got their, their own way to interpret all this stuff. Like, everything is a month off. So, like, people just talking about the new moon in Scorpio. The sun ain't even in Scorpio. It has to, the sun and the moon have to be in the same constellation for it to be, for it to be a new moon. And like they just said, it was a full moon in Aries. No, sun ain't in Libra yet, so shit is a month off. But 13th sign might come in handy, but he represents that Chiron energy too, to heal it, the wounded healer, the healed wounder. So I was just throwing all this stuff out here. So like I said, thanks for everybody for watching. Whoever watched, anybody who watched. I hope all the good things in the world happen to y'all. Only y'all. It's like, nah. So, this shit is about life, wealth, and health, and knowledge of yourself. like I said, we're older than this planet, so that's why I got on here talking about Akhenaten too, making people supposedly worship the sun, but he was having people connect with the sun behind the sun, Sirius. And oh hell yeah, I'm a Moor. Shit, everybody's a fucking Moor if your skin is brown. That's what I'm telling you, my nigga, my niggas. People think Moors are just one group of people, or it's a religious group, or they're like, oh, the Moors took over Spain, invaded Spain 711 AD up until 14 whenever, and they invaded them with knowledge and good hygiene. But yeah, look up Morris name meaning. Look up Morris name meaning and Mori Maury. That's my nephew name. His name might be Muri. But by definition, all black people are Moors. Quote unquote black people. Blacks, Negroes, coloreds. So what it is, if you're a United States citizen, you are United States property and chattel. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You know, that's what they gonna look at you like. You get a nationality, you can have any nationality. You can be fucking Puerto Rican or Mexican if you want. Everybody has the right to nationality. It's in the article of Indigenous Peoples' Rights. So people just get, I'm definitely not talking about you. But, a lot of people get confused. I was confused for the longest. I'm like, well, he said he wasn't a Moor. You a Moor. Watch, thank you, God. That's my nigga Thove. And what's funny is because I be putting this information out for people that I don't know. So when my nigga niggas watches this, I'll be just geeked up. And then the Nagas too, weird serpent people. Planets. Mercury, Thoth, he represents the moon. I got the sun as Horus, the moon Bastet or Isis, Venus Hathor, Mars Montu, the other ones Jupiter Anubis or Amen, Set Saturn, Ptah. The Horus, the sun, that's your boy. Renpet, she can be Uranus, Taweret, Neptune, Pluto, Nephthys, whatever. All this stuff. And that's why I said I made up mythology, my theology. So it's where you put, you figure out which planet you reside with, which god you, resonate with, not reside. And we go from there. Shit, we came up with God Squad, bro. I was 16. My cousin who on here now, it's like, it's like my brother to me. And his brother came up with, he was going to be Aries because the god of war. And that just got us all popping. So, and that's how I'm like, oh, okay, so you Muntu. I try to get everybody on the Egyptian stuff. Because that's where all this stuff came from. Yeah, but Moors, I'm telling you, and the word is coming from, Moor is a Latin word coming from a Greek word, I think, Maur, meaning black or burnt or something like that, but Morocco, Mauritania, and if you look at my post, it's showing how Morocco and Mauritania is right there with the East Coast like this. Smacked up against it because we were here before the plate tectonics. Peace. What do I think about the zodiac or current astrology? It's tropical astrology or Western astrology is a month off. There's, I use sidereal, I resonate with my Libra. Peace. I resonate with the Libra energy though. Some people could still be the sign that they were when they were born, but as far as like right now, like people will think that the sun is in Scorpio, and it's really not even in Libra yet. It's about to be in Libra. So yeah, I would say it's very inaccurate, because you'll be reading people like, oh, new moon in Scorpio, and then they'll tell you all these things that the energy ain't even real, or don't even, I mean, it's real, but it won't be real until a month later. So, I mean, I kind of never even go back and look at these things, but I will save something like that. Full moon in Aries, save it, and then look at it a month later. But I never really even end up looking back at it. I'll read it like then, and I'll save it in case I want to look back at it and say, oh, they were right, but they were a month off. Look at the weather. Well, I mean, that's hard to say because they manipulate the weather, and then we're having effects from them manipulating the weather on top of weather manipulation. So not only are they fucking the weather up, we're having fucked up weather because they're fucking with the weather. Wow. It's too much shit. Man. If anybody wants to leave me any money on Cash App at all, this is it. That's it. And it's spelled the right way. I deleted my one with the R-A. Rimesu. I just wanted to go live and talk about, some of the stuff that I plan on putting in my book. So I appreciate everybody who watched this again. Like I said, all the stuff that I've been talking about is, in here. Melchizedek is dark matter. The God, men, reproduction, Meshkant, birth, breathing, or the breath, Sokar, necropolis, deity, Kentiamenti, subconscious mind, Selket, Serket, birth, rebirth, death, rebirth, Wadjet, the third eye, intuition, reptilian brain. You got the bird brain. Oh yeah, I will. They've had me blocked on this page for 2 months, so can't even go live. Ra, their creator or energy, solar phatic energy, all this stuff. So what this is talking about is how you interact with the world around you and how the world interacts with you. The air. That's the thing. I need to focus on my conscious breathing to try to inhale for 7 seconds and exhale for 7 seconds. That'll get you right. To become a conscious breather is when that light body activate. I see that. I feel like I'm just on here talking. My nigga just said, keep talking. You will see me like this. No motherfuckers be on the news. All we see is this shape coming down, floating around in the sky. That's gonna be me. And my brother was like, shit, if anybody gonna ascend, it's gonna be you. I'm like, you think me? Me? What about me? It's Ramses. Atom is atoms. There's a goddess called Ammit, or Amut. It's a reincarnation. If your heart is not as light as a feather, and your heart means your mind, your mental. That's why they kept the heart. If if not light as a feather, if you have regret, if life is somewhat tough. If life bring you down, you let life get to you, you could reincarnate with no former memories of your past life. And you really be doing some breathing techniques. Like Hathor, love, peace. So, this is simple shit. This is like, really, it's some beginner shit. To me, I'm trying to figure out where else I'm going to take it after all this. A lot of people be saying Osiris' name is Asar, but it's Usir. You see that whenever they put it, they usually throw that U in there. All U is Usir. Usiru. Asaru, you know. When people just say certain stuff because that's what they heard. They heard this one time. But why you never heard Bobby Hemmett say Asar? Every time he says Osar. Anybody who is a student of Malachi Z. York, and I'm not condoning any of the stuff that he did or got in trouble for. He was a master teacher. Elijah Muhammad could have been a master teacher. These people just be getting corrupt, you know. I mean, I never really listened to Brother Polite, but I'm sure, you know, he's had some stuff where he's saying, y'all waiting on this fake-ass Jesus to come out the sky, but, you know, he went and got corrupted or something. Who knows? I've never listened to Young Pharaoh. You see, this nigga done lost his fucking mind. So that's why, you know, but I encourage everybody to do research. Don't believe shit I tell you. Like that one girl, she got right the fuck up off of here, but she didn't go research nothing. She was like, oh yeah, you see, I was letting her ass have it, flaming her ass. I'm like, stay stagnant then. It's like, no, let me stop. So, you know, I got a master teacher. Well, this is my teacher. I call him a master teacher, Aleem El Bey. And he said I can be his apprentice. That's all I need. Him, Phil Valentine, Brother Panic, Bobby Hemmett. And let me make sure I said, yeah, Brother Panic, not Brother Polite. So, yeah, so I'm coming with the metaphysics. Like I said, the soul being embedded in the pineal gland. It's Osiris, Usir, Asar. Look up P-I-R. No, don't look that up. Look up A-B-U-S-I-R. Abu Sir, which is really Per Usir, the house of Osiris. And I'm going to leave y'all with that. The pineal gland in the body, or the soul in the body, and the pineal gland wrapped in swaddling clothing. Shit, even look up Aleem El Bey, Christ. Watch his video. What's his name? Posted it. Omni-Ron or whatever. He posted a video. But I'm going to get up off of here and post this shit up. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I can keep going live. I just can't talk about C19. Alright. And we out. Peace. That's all for today. Everybody have a good one.